So kind of thinking about a topic. Thought I'd talk about it a little bit. And topic is kind of how do you know if your actions are meaningful or not? How do you know that you're doing the right things or not? Or if you're thinking clearly or not? Or if you're acting clearly or not? If you think about it, like, human beings are imperfect, and something that's really hard, really difficult, is that at any time where we are in our life, we can't see ourselves objectively. It's impossible to. And we can ask other people, we can kind of get the perspectives of others, but to see ourselves truly objectively is impossible. So that means sometimes we can't see how we might have changed or shifted or grown, whether that be for the better or often for the worse. You can't see the person you've become and who you were before and who that is in comparison to who you are today. You don't see the ways in which you've changed, and that can be hard, that can be very difficult. So I think something that helps is there are things that you kind of know objectively that if you could do, they would help you, and other things that if you can quit, they would kind of help you too. So things that are like objectively hurt you or objectively help you, and it's hard. But then certain things you do know that, like, okay, yeah, if I was a smoker and I could quit that, then that would help me. And if I didn't exercise and I started exercising, that would help me. So certain things like that, you can kind of do objectively. But other than that, it's kind of tough. All you can really do is try to move in a positive direction and try to do things that you know objectively would help you. And other than that, maybe just seek others' perspectives, because there's not a whole lot else you can do to see yourself more objectively, or to see what you're doing or who you've become more objectively, you know. That's why relationships with other people are important, because other people see you in a way that you can never see yourself. Other people see things that you don't. They see through their eyes what they see, and that's a very different perspective that you never get to see at all. You only see things through your eyes, but what you see through your own eyes is very limited, and it's always through a certain lens. However you change or grow, some part of you always remains the same, and looks at things through that subjective lens, with your own biases and your own tendencies. And something I was reading about in Ray Dalio's book Principles is that we have a couple of huge biases that really hold us back and prevent us truly ever from being able to see objectively. One of those biases is our ego barrier, which is things we can't see because our ego gets in the way. And the other thing is our blind spot barrier, and those are things that we can't see because we have natural blind spots to seeing them in the first place. So, like, we can't see just because of our personality or our tendencies. And either of these things, things that we can't see because of these biases, we can end up seeing if we get the perspectives of others, and we collect that and kind of gather that, and we ask others for their thoughts, their perspectives, their advice, and their insights and stuff, what they think about a certain thing. And we, as Ray Dalio said, engage in thoughtful disagreement with other open-minded people, and we kind of debate, and they talk about why we think, what our rationale is behind thinking about a certain thing, about a certain topic, or another thing about another topic. And in this way we engage in a discourse, in a conversation, and through that conversation we can kind of gather intelligence and arrive to come closer to arriving to a certain truth that is the real truth, and that often is something. Maybe you're right, maybe the other person's right, maybe it's something that you guys come up with together, and it's something completely different. But the more perspectives you get, the more different angles you get at looking at a certain thing, and the closer you can come to finding the real truth, the whole truth, the objective truth. And yeah, that's why other perspectives are important, and that's all you can really do. So if you think you're on the right path or not, do some things that you know objectively would help you and objectively would make things better. Other than that, seek others' perspectives a lot, and take in what they say and what their criticisms are, because often they see things that you don't. They can help you in ways that you can never help yourself. Ray Dalio said in his book that the chances of you want to find the right answer, not the best answer that you can come up with yourself, but the best answer that's just objectively the best answer. And the chances of you coming up with that on your own are very low or very slim. So it's almost something that you always get from other people, to consider that. And always be asking, always be gaining insights from other open-minded people, but just other people in general. You might be surprised by what you learn, and just how it changes what you know, or your beliefs, or your thoughts, or what you think that reality is. Sometimes you learn or gain insight to very harsh realities that you then have to accept as true. Can you do that? Can you accept reality? It's tough, and most people don't want to, but maybe that's what separates the life of people that keep outdoing themselves and keep doing bigger things over time, and do more for other people, versus those who don't and kind of stagnate. So yeah, just something I've been kind of thinking about.